Hello, dwellers, and welcome to another Minecraft mod showcase. In case you don't know who I am, my name's Caveman, and hi, how you doing? Anyway, guys, I wanted to do some mod showcases, and I haven't in a while, and with my computer being broken and sent all the way to the other side of the continent because of FedEx's screwing upness, I thought this would be a really good idea to still keep the hype of Pixelmon Lapis going, because I can't record episodes of it right now due to this computer that I'm on right now isn't exactly working really well. It's on its last legs, and I'm also a little sick, so hopefully you guys can understand. Anyway, I wanted to do a mod showcase of all the mods that I'm using in Pixelmon Lapis. And one of the mods is actually one of my favorite mods of all time. It's the Archimede ship mod, and that's in Pixelmon Lapis, and it's really amazing, and it looks really impressive when you see it in action. So let's get on to it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So as you can see here, the Archimede ship mod has something to do with ships, and not chunk carriers that just show up out of nowhere. It also allows you to create hot air balloons, flying vehicles, and cars, if you really like slow vehicles that can kind of go places. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let's go over all the crafting recipes. So we have the helm, and as you can see, it's really easy to make. You just have iron, sticks, and oak wood planks. Actually, I bet it's any kind of plank really, because as you can tell, the helm over here looks kind of more like it's a spruce wood plank than an oak wood plank. And if you really want to tell, look here we have spruce wood, and here's a helm, and as you can see, it's kind of like faded, and it has a captain's wheel on it, but other than that, it's trying to be like a really dim spruce plank. And the helm is really important, and I'll get into it a little later, because what's really weird about the helm, well, it's not really weird, it's actually a really good thing, because I don't think you would want to make an island your boat, unless that's how you want to roll. That would be freaking cool, but I'm just saying. So as long as you click on it, you'll become part of a boat. Now, the thing is that it doesn't recognize grass as boat, so you won't be able to move, but we are on our own one little boat. It is just the helm, and you can just ride the helm. Whee! If we get in the water, it's a boat. So if you guys don't really want to have like a fancy boat, I didn't even know this was possible. We have the helm, and the helm itself can be its own boat, and that is freaking kind of hysterical. I didn't know this was a thing. I was going to like right click on it and be like, you see, it didn't make a boat, but it did. It made itself into the boat. So this thing has some pretty freaking cool self-esteem issues or something. He's like, I am a boat. And the cool thing about these boats is that they won't ever like explode on impact like a regular boat are, whatever. And it has lots of other buttons too, so you can just shift click to dismount the helm boat and have fun with it. I'll get into more detail on what these boats do in a second. So we have the helm. I'm putting it back in here so I don't forget. And we also have measurement gouges. Now, the measurement gouges, you can place them near the helm. It doesn't really matter where you place them. They kind of are mostly a cosmetic block. They do actually show you things like direction and speed. So as you can see, that white and red little needle, that's pointing where north is. North is that way. If we look at F3, yep, you see north is that way. And the blue one over here kind of like tells you your speed, tells you how fast you're going. Kind of nice. Now, the red and yellow ones, they don't really do much. There's actually a more advanced version for hot air balloons. As you can see, there's a second one here that has like a little half moon symbol. And if we go over to the hot air balloon, you can tell that there are two extra gouges. Now, one of them is altitude, which is the blue one. The blue one is altitude, and the yellow one, I believe, is time of day. I'm not quite sure. It might just be there for cosmetic purposes, because I don't think it actually moves while you're flying or anything. So that's kind of a bummer. But you have the direction, you have the speed you're going, and you have your altitude. So pretty useful if you are into that sort of thing. You don't really need to know about it, because, I mean, come on, it's Minecraft. You're not going to be really technical, are you? But, yeah. So over here, we have the floater. Now, what the floater does is it basically makes your boat more buoyant. And in case you don't know what buoyancy is, that's what makes the boat float. So it's kind of important. The floaters usually are filled with air. You know, they call them pontoons in real life most of the time, because they kind of stick to the side of the boat and just kind of make it a lot more easier for it to float on top of the waves. So they're pretty cool. And you don't really need one because, as you can see, we have a little raft here. And this raft, it can float. It can float. It can do whatever it wants. You see this raft? See this raft? It's floating without a floater. But you know why? It's really buoyant because it's made out of wood. Now, depending on the material, your raft will be, or your boat will be more or less buoyant. Also, as you can see, with the size of the boat, you actually go a little faster too. So it's kind of important how you make your boat, because there are ways where your boat will not be very good at rafting and sailing and all that stuff. And another thing is, if you have like random blocks under your boat, and I came across this myself, it will randomly cut open like the water in weird ways and make weird currents. I don't know what cutting open the water really means, but basically what I mean by that. Also, if you press the equal button, you can center your boat, and somehow we landed it on the dock, but now it's back on the ocean, kind of. It's floating above it, but whatever. It kind of served its purpose. That's all you really need to do, sail a boat. It's okay. I love you. Mwah. Oh, I killed you! No, it's good. But anyway, it really just defeats the purpose of a few things, because you're just floating. Because you're made out of wood. Now, that's made out of stained clay, and that's a lot heavier, so we do need those floaters to float. But anyway, let's keep on going. So we have the floater. We also have the air balloon. Can you guess what that is for? It might be for making hot air balloons, or blimps, or random floating towns. You can do that. As long as you have 40% of the blocks of the ship, a hot air balloon block, your block will float. Your block, your boat, your building. I don't know. It is. I'm sick, and it's hard for me to talk today. My brain's not all there, but that's normal, right? But anyway, I'll show you how to fly a hot air balloon in a second. We're just going to be showcasing the rest of these blocks. So we have the air balloon block, and then over here we have the passenger seat and the shore buffer. Now, the passenger seat is really cool, because the way these boats work is you can't really walk around on the boat while it's sailing, because it's an entity and a lot of things. So what he's done is he's made it that there's a block that you can just sit on it, you place it down, and while the ship's going, you can just sit on it and hang on it, and you're just having fun sitting in a boat as it goes around. It's kind of like a ferry, so you can actually have real-life ferries in Minecraft, which is pretty freaking cool. I've been cheating, and I've been putting them in front of the little block, the helm. Yeah, my brain is so dead. The helm, because when you're using the helm, it looks like you're sitting anyway, and why not have a little seat there to make it look like you're sitting down at the helm? You know what I'm talking about? So the last thing we have is the shore buffer. Now, the shore buffer is really, really useful because it can never become part of a boat. So if you really have something and it's like being a jerk and trying to attach to anything around it, just put the shore buffer down and it won't be able to. Now, you can actually configure the boats through the properties file of the mod itself to accept things like grass and even water somehow. So if you want a block to be part of your boat and it can't, you can go into the properties and change it. Speaking of boats, let's go check out some of the vehicles I have made. So we have the regular boat. We kind of showed you that. I'm going to actually now tell you the controls of said boat. So we're going to get on my little schooner, little yacht thing, and here we are. Look at this. We are on a freaking cool boat, and we can go forward, obviously, with the WASD, and you can see the speed meter is going up, and you know, you can kind of just control it with the WASD keys. Now, another button you can press is the C button, which will brake you. So, not break you, like as in break your boat. I mean break you as in slow you down to a stop, which is pretty useful because momentum is kind of a thing with these boats. Now, another thing you can do is if you press the equals button, you'll automatically snap your ship into place. So if you really want to cheat and be like really pro at parking your ship, if you go like really fast and you press the equals button, you'll lose all momentum automatically and just kind of snap into place, which is pretty freaking cool. Now, watch this. We're going to crash. We're going to crash, guys. We're going to crash. Oh, no. My momentum over-momentized it. I don't know. But basically what that equals button does is it snaps it to the grid of Minecraft. If the boat is not following the grid of Minecraft, it won't be able to really let you... You can get off the boat still, but it'll still be an entity instead of being the boat itself. So here's a car, or at least a very bad attempt at a car, and we're going to try to drive it. And we have a nice little road, and as you can see, look at this, we're in a little car. Now, glowstone and other light sources don't work when you're in an entity like this, but, you know, it looks pretty cool. And we are driving on a road, albeit at about 2 miles an hour. At that, probably even less. I bet I could race a snail and lose right now. And I'm not talking about turbo. But it's still pretty cool to see that you can make really slow vehicles. Oh man. Well, yeah, that's how cars work. So, no, I'm trapped. No, get me out. Stupid car. Oh, look at that. We weren't even on the road. That's great. So the final one we have is we have the hot air balloon. Now, the hot air balloon obviously can be controlled just like the boat. It's a little slower because it's in the air. And it also got a special thing. So if you press the X button, you'll raise up. You'll change your altitude. So this is the ascending button. And then the Z button is descending. So you can kind of see how... Oh, I guess that does work. The yellow button... I don't know what the yellow switch does. Like the yellow needles. I don't know what they do. But as you can see, north is that way. We're going faster. Our altitude is constant. Now it's higher. And that's lower. I'm confused by what the yellow one is. I honestly don't know. He didn't say anything about it. But anyway, look, we're in a freaking hot air balloon. And we're flying around in style. Which is kind of cool. You can do like scenic balloon tours. Which aren't that fun. But, you know, you can do it. And you can always shift click and get out of the hot air balloon at any time. And it'll just park in the sky because it's a freaking hot air balloon. And Minecraft doesn't have physics, so that's a +2. But anyway, guys, that was the Archimedes ship mod. Hope you guys enjoyed it, because if you did, that means a lot to me. Again, sorry that I've been stumbling over my words and my nose sounds kind of stuffy and all that stuff. I'm a little sick, but I wanted to do this video for you guys, so yeah. If you like this video, though, please leave a like. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I think that's about it. Check out the mod in the description. Pixelmon Lapis will be resumed as soon as my new computer comes in. So I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.